Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm showing you guys all 10 of the Eternals minifigures that you can collect if you buy all 4 of the sets. You will have to buy every single set because there's at least 1, if not 2, exclusive Eternals in each set. And I think that that's a really clever marketing scheme by LEGO because there are so many characters, and I'm really glad that we got all 10 of these guys with great detailed printing. I did make a video, I made reviews of all of the sets, and then I did make an overall collection video that came out yesterday. You can check that out if you want. I'd highly recommend it because I think these sets look really good together. But I wanted to do a video about just the minifigures because I really don't like most of them. And I thought that we needed to have a frank conversation about LEGO's terrible policies with Marvel minifigures. So I've arranged these minifigures in the same pose that they were seen in the trailer and the only team shot of them in the entire movie because we never really see them work as a team. So I'm going to put that up right here so you guys can, kind of see how they compare. And I'm just going to talk about accuracy first. So I think that all of these figures get great detailed torso and leg printing, but a lot of them are pretty inaccurate. So I guess we'll just start from the middle and then work our way from the left to the right. So Ajak, first of all, I think that she looks really, really good. I love her printing. All of these guys are based on concept art, so they have changed a little bit. And again, I do wish that they all had arm printing just because the suits are so detailed on the shoulders, but that's not a huge complaint. So with Ajak, she gets a new face print, and I think the only real issue with her is the lack of a crown mold. However, that would be another mold for LEGO to invest in, so I don't really blame them for not using that. Then to her left, we'll go to Ikaris. Again, I think the torso and leg print is great. I'd say the one biggest flaw that all of the Eternals have is you can see that they have very flowy costumes, especially at the bottom, and so that is missing from the LEGO minifigures, but I don't really think that there's any way you could add that to a minifigure because LEGO doesn't really have good leg skirt pieces, but I do want to point it out. Ikaris, the problem is the face. There's no stubble. It doesn't look like Richard Madden at all, and so I don't really like that. He also doesn't have a heat vision face, which I think is stupid. His hair color is also too light, and it doesn't have his gray streak, so that's kind of a fail in my opinion. Moving to his left, Thena is far and away the worst Eternals minifigure. She just keeps getting worse and worse the more I look at her. So first of all, the hair, that is a stupid overused hairpiece and it does not work for her. Second of all, her face print, she doesn't have the crown that she wears for most of the movie, especially in action sequences. I understand why they used the mantis face because, Angelina Jolie has very high cheekbones, but it just doesn't look like her whatsoever. It looks like the mantis actress. And then also the torso and leg print. I was always fine with the tan color, but after watching the movie again and looking at this image side by side, I really think she should have had a white printing because her costume is white. And then she should have just had gold printing over that. And she should also have a separate shoulder armor piece. I honestly think that Thena just needed the same hairpiece as Ajak in blonde instead of black. Then Gilgamesh looks pretty good. I'd say the biggest issue with him is the arms. Again, I don't like the green color for the arms. I don't think that works. New face print is great. The hairpiece is the only other issue. It's just too long. His hair is much shorter in the movie. Then Makkari, I think, is pretty much perfect. She did get a new hair mold that is amazing. Her face print is reused from MJ, but I think it looks fine. And then I think the biggest issue with her is just that her legs should have been dark red because I think her minifigure looks too gray. And if the legs were gray printed on red, it would look better than red printed on gray. Kingo to the left is, again, pretty perfect. Great torso and leg print, great new face print. The hairpiece is okay. It's messier in the movie, but I don't really know which one they could have picked unless they put Gilgamesh's hairpiece on Kingo. Then moving to the right of Ajak, Sersi is also one of the worst. I hate the face that they used for her. Looks nothing like her. I also hate the hairpiece. Again, her hair is not that wavy. It's much straighter, and I think the princess hairpiece with the braid would work a lot better. And I will be doing a separate video on trying to improve these figures. I just don't know when I'll have the time to sit down and stare at Brooklyn for 4 hours to pick which pieces to buy. Sprite is, again, one of the worst. I think you really lose all of the white that she has in her costume on the LEGO figure. Part of that is because she doesn't have leg printing because she has short legs. I think she should have medium legs. Yes, short legs is more height accurate, but she is a 12 or 13-year-old child and she should have, mid-sized legs. That would help a lot. Also, the face is terrible. Sprite was a very sarcastic, moody character, so to get a smiling and scared face just doesn't work. Also, the hairpiece is also terrible. I have, like, that's probably the worst hairpiece besides Thena across these sets, because Sprite's hair is so, like, long and spiky that I don't know why LEGO went with, like, a short cropped hairpiece like that. Phastos is, again, one of the best Eternals. He's up there with Kingo, Makkari, and Gilgamesh for sure. Again, new face print for him, great torso and leg print. He honestly might be my favorite of these just from an accuracy standpoint. And then moving to the right, our last guy is Druig. I love his costume. His hairpiece is okay. Again, Druig's hair was like a little bit more like messy and bowl cut in the movie, but his face is what I have an issue with. I hate that face. I think it's super overused. And he also has very high cheekbones, so I would have liked to get a face with cheekbones for him, and then also with gold eyes to represent his mind control power, because there's just no other way to represent it in LEGO. Next, we'll go pair by pair quickly. Here's Sersi and Ikaris. They were the main pair of the movie. Didn't love them. I really love Sersi. She's like my top Eternal, but I did not buy into their love story at all. I thought Ikaris was a pretty bad character. He only got interesting at the end. And these minifigures, again, are not great because of their hair pieces and faces. So yeah, considering that they're the leads of the movie, that's kind of disappointing. And it's doubly disappointing when you consider that Sersi follows in the tradition of Captain Marvel and Shang-Chi as being like the lead character of a movie that gets a mediocre LEGO minifigure. Again, it pains me to call these minifigures mediocre with prints this good, especially leg prints, because we never see that in Marvel. And it's not like I'd sacrifice the leg printing for better faces, but it's more like we shouldn't have to pick between them. If Star Wars characters, like one-off characters that are in one movie for like 10 seconds can get a new mold, LEGO should be able to make a new face print for the lead character of a gigantic movie. Thena and Gilgamesh were one of my favorite pairings in the movie. I really, really loved them together. And so it's kind of funny that we've got, you know, like a pretty decent figure here and then like the worst one over here. Honestly, the more I look at Thena, the sadder she makes me. I don't even know how to improve her because I just can't find like a better hairpiece for her. I have found better faces though, but yeah, it just makes me really, really sad that a character with a design as great as Thena got a minifigure that looks like this. And I feel like I'm being really harsh on these figures, but I mean, it's just my opinion. And again, I really feel like we should be holding LEGO to a higher standard here because, like, yes, I'm glad we got the minifigure at all. But again, if they're going to look this bad, why bother making them? Because she clearly looks nothing like what she does in the movie, especially, again, from the neck up. Like, it's just terrible. Also, this hairpiece. Maybe if they had used a different hairpiece that was still inaccurate, I wouldn't be as upset, but it's just that this one hairpiece is so overused on female minifigures, like Mara, Black Widow, like Vicky Vale from like the 1989 Batmobile. Those are like the three I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, it's just getting ridiculous. For Gilgamesh, I think the only thing is I'll try to seek out arms that have like some green and gold on them. I don't know if I'll be successful in that, but maybe I'll just try putting pearl gold arms on him and see how he looks. I loved Druig and Makkari. I think that their relationship was like one of the best in the movie. They were so freaking cute together. And so again, I think it's kind of funny that we've got one okay figure and then one pretty good one. So for Druig, I'm just going to find a better face print for him. I think the hairpiece is okay. It could be better, but again, I don't really know what LEGO could have done. So I'll just try to find a better face for him because, like, yes, this works in the sense that he is, you know, just kind of a stoic, stone-faced character, and he only really melts around Makkari. But I just feel like it still doesn't look like him. It looks like a teenager, like it looks too young, and that's what I don't like about it. All right, then I've paired up Kingo and Sprite because, you know, they did have a couple scenes together in the movie. Kingo, I'll try to find a better hairpiece for him. Maybe I'll just try Gilgamesh's on him, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal because he looks enough like himself. Sprite, I've tried looking for a hairpiece. Like, the ideal solution would be the Gilgamesh hairpiece, except LEGO doesn't make it in that color. And again, I get that that's why they stopped, like why they didn't do a lot of this stuff, because like recoloring mid-legs into teal would be a new color. If Ajak's hair was made blonde for Thena, that's a new color. Same thing with Sprite's hair, and I get that, but again, like, come on, give it a little bit more budget. I feel like LEGO made useless new molds for this line. Like, these fists for Gilgamesh are nice, but there's no reason why they couldn't have used this budget to make like better hair pieces and faces and then just give Gilgamesh normal fists, because his fists don't even have that fiery effect at the end in the movie. So yeah, I just feel like Lego didn't spend their money here properly. So for Sprite, even if I can't find a better hairpiece, I can definitely find a better face print, because this is just not working at all. So, so yes, that pretty much does it for these two. And lastly, we've got Fastos and Ajak. These are my two favorite minifigures from this line. I think that they look amazing. I especially like their arms. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I get that Lego tried using the accent color for the arms. Like, this is the same thing that they did with Gilgamesh. But for Gilgamesh, I just don't think it works. But it does really work for these two. And so I like it. Both of them have really good face prints. Both of them have good hair pieces too. Salma Hayek's hair is dark brown, not black, so I wish Lego would have used the dark brown version of this piece, because it does exist in dark brown. Wonder Woman uses it in that color. So maybe I'll try switching that out, but honestly, I forgot that Salma Hayek's hair is dark brown, so I left my dark brown version of that hairpiece at home, and I'm at school right now. So I'll see what I can do, because I kind of don't want to buy another one when I've got like 4 sitting at home. But I'll just try making that switch. I do think she'll look better with black, though. I don't think dark brown is going to look as good against the gold as the black does. And so I don't really mind that inaccuracy. And again, both of the face prints here are just fantastic. And yeah, a new crown for Ajak would have been nice, but she wasn't like a huge character. And even though she has a beautiful design, like she has my favorite design out of all the Eternals, I get why Lego didn't want to invest in that piece for her. So that about does it for this video about all of the Eternals minifigures. Let me know which one you guys like the best. Let me know who your favorite character in the movie was. I definitely liked the movie better the second time around. I wasn't expecting that. And I think I might even go a third time, because I do really love these characters, at least most of them. Looking at you, Ikaris. But yeah, so I can't wait to see like where they pop up again. And I hope the next time they pop up, Lego has a little bit more budget and can actually give them proper face and hair pieces. Because again, actually I haven't even counted this, but let's see. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures with bad face prints. And then if we go just on hair pieces, we've got, I'll count Kingo. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures with bad hair pieces. 8 if you count Ajak, who I'm tempted to count because she doesn't have her crown. So that's kind of sad. Again, I hope Lego improves, because I'm sure we'll get an Eternal sequel. And so when we get sets for that, I hope that, we get better, more budget and better figures. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.